Hi everyone, we are Team Coffee Overflow, and today we will be demonstrating our accounts payable AI employee built using Supervity. Traditional invoice processing is often manual, repetitive, and time consuming. Our solution uses AI to automate invoice processing by connecting Outlook, Superbase, and Slack, helping finance teams process invoices more efficiently and consistently. So now, let's take a look at how these operators work together in our end-to-end workflow. Our workflow consists of seven main stages. First, the AI monitor Outlook for new invoice email. And once an email is detected, it downloads the attachment and extracts important invoice detail such as the invoice number, vendor ID, purchase order number, and invoice amount. These extracted values are then validated against our ERP record stored in Superbase. And after validation, the AI performs a risk assessment based on our predefined business rules and determines whether the invoice should be approved, rejected, or sent for manual review. Finally, the invoice status is updated in the database and a notification is automatically sent to the finance team via Slack.
Hello everyone, I'm Yu Qing and I will be doing the demonstration part. Now let's look at the completed execution of our workflow through the audit trail. Before the workflow starts, the users provide the required inputs including Slack notification channels and also the invoice subject keywords used to identify invoice emails. These parameters allows the workflow to be configured without modifying the workflow logic. Once the input are received, the workflow begins by monitoring our Outlook mailbox for the new invoice emails that match the specific keywords. When an invoice email is detected, the system automatically downloads the attached invoice document for processing. Next, our AI extracts key invoice information from the document, including the invoice numbers, purchase order numbers, and invoice amount. After extracting the invoice details, the system validates the information against our ERP database stored in Superbase. During this stage, it verifies whether the vendor exists, whether the purchase order is valid, checks for duplicates invoice, and also confirms that the invoice satisfies the required business validation rules. And based on these validation results, the AI performs a risk assessment by evaluating potential risks and determining the appropriate business actions according to our account payable policies. Since the invoice used in these demonstrations contains an invalid vendor IDs and purchase order numbers, the AI classifies it as high risk invoice and automatically rejects it. Finally, the workflow updates the invoice record in our Superbase database and also sends an automated notification to the finance team through Slack. Here is the notification generated by our AI employee after processing the invoice. The notification provides the finance team with a complete summary of the processing results, including the invoice numbers, vendor IDs, purchase order number, invoice amount, risk scores, and also the final decisions. It also explains the reason for rejections, indicating that the both vendor ID and purchase order number could not be validated against the ERP database. By automatically identifying invalid invoices and notifying the finance team immediately, our solutions helps reduce manual verifications efforts while preventing incorrect invoices from entering the payments process. In conclusion, our account payable AI employee automates the entire invoice processing life cycles from email monitoring and invoice extraction to validations, risk assessment, database updates, and also team notifications. By combining AI-powered document processing with ERP validations and automated decision making, our solution improves efficiencies, reduces manual effort, and also strengthens financial control over the account payables process. That is all from us. Thank you for watching our demonstrations.